So who's starting? I guess I am.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The three of us just saw the remake of Child's Play. Killer dolls coming to life, killing people.
That's what a wonderful description.
Good spoiler alert, Brandon.
Yep.
Yeah,
Zach, what was Child's Play about tonight?
Stupid people not knowing how to fight dolls.
Mark, what was Child's Play about?
Child's Play was I don't know. I don't know how to not. Child's Play is about a kid named Andy who is who's just moved into a new neighborhood, has no friends. His mom, who works at a department store, who they have a craze of these dolls called Buddy dolls, which
they're not really marketed as dolls in this one. And I kind of liked that.
They're
I liked
marketed
it
as household appliances.
Yeah, that's actually exactly accurate. And that's actually part of the reason why I liked it. Is that portion of it. But we'll get to that in a second. I don't know how else to describe it though. Besides that, I mean that's
yeah. So Andy's mom works at a department store. She brings home one of the Buddy dolls, who chooses the name Chucky, home with her to give to her son.
Voiced by the very wonderful Mark Hamill,
of course, and this particular Buddy doll isn't quite right, and we'll get into why when we get into spoilers. Even though it's the freaking second scene of the movie,
Not even. Well, I guess it's the second scene.
First reactions.
Zach, go ahead.
It was stupid.
Zach is going to think this is stupid. He hates the whole concept of this, period. So he's going to think this is stupid regardless. Am I wrong, Zach?
No, you're not wrong.
I mean, I on the other hand, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it was.
Okay.
I thought it was fun.
Okay.
Did I take everything that happened in it seriously? No, of course not. Was it a lot of fun? Did I laugh? Were there a lot of scenes that I laughed and had a good time with? Of course. Mm-hmm. And the funny thing is, Zach made a pretty good point about it being a doll and overpowering it. Honestly, I saw one situation where that happened. And that was only to create chaos when they were in the store at the very, very end.
Well, there's that, and this doll is a marathon runner, apparently.
Well, yeah, the doll is very fast. But most of the deaths and everything else had to do with Chucky taking over other appliances and other hardware things.
I would say that's about half.
I think that's way more than half.
No, it's about half and half. It's half people just being plain, stupid, and the other half, okay, that's actually a pretty realistic form. I thought the first death was absolutely the best and the most realistic. He actually, it's like, okay, think this through. It was still stupid, but out of all of them, that was definitely the best.
Well, the fat guy wasn't going to be able to swing himself out of that.
I mean, the fat guy, climb forward, climb backwards. You could have done something, all right?
Not if you're that fat. I mean, if he was a thinner guy, he could have swung.
Adrenaline is a powerful thing when it comes to life and death.
Nah,
you guys are not a fan of giving our audience context.
No, okay, so all right.
Before we get into spoilers, should we go into what I thought of it?
By the way, spoiler
alert!
already.
Yeah, spoiler alert all day. Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
So I remember in our, did you just call me buddy?
I did.
Okay.
I don't hear it. Oh God, why?
Zach, grown out a pun. Take a shot.
I'm waiting for the threat for him to stab somebody.
It was either our first or second episode of the podcast where we were talking about the trailer for this movie.
I think it was episode 2.
And we were just kind of like, eh. And we even talked about the franchise as a whole, and overall I was like, eh. So I wasn't really looking forward to this movie, but I wasn't dreading it either. Like, it just kind of existed like all the rest of the Child's Play movies. I freaking loved it.
I'm with him on this one, brother.
If not for Us, I would say this is probably my favorite horror movie of the year so far. But because Us exists, it's at like number 2.
Yeah,
I don't know, it's
no
Us, this, and the Pet Sematary remake this year for me right now.
Us was an entertaining movie.
It was last year, right?
It was 2017.
Oh wow,
it was 2 years ago.
Wow.
It will be in September.
Fuck yeah, you know what though, and
we all know that's going to be the best.
No, I can already see that that's probably going to be better than this.
Probably.
I liked it. I liked it. I think where I really liked it and had a lot more fun is when they walked in and the fucking skin was on the melon and they freaked out the whole time. That's where I really bought into the whole movie. And then I was like, all right, this is what this movie's gonna be. And then
they wrapped it in fucking gift wrap.
Right. So
I'm sitting here thinking to myself, you are the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever seen. Garbage bag. Backpack. There's a billion different things you could do and just walk out the door. Nobody would bat an eye, but
pretty
no.
Much what happened.
It's that situation where, all right, well, we got to move the plot somehow, so fuck it. This will make things awkward.
So pretty much what happened was Chucky's first death. He takes
Chucky's first death?
Well,
first kill.
There you go.
His first kill was actually technically the cat.
Second kill.
Yeah.
First human kill. Chucky's first human kill. He takes the face off. Probably inspired by him watching Texas
Chainsaw Massacre, which was great.
The second one.
Should have been 3D.
Yeah, so he takes the guy's face, and the guy died in a watermelon patch, was it?
You know, that's another question I have. A watermelon patch?
Yeah, that one was weird.
That was
sitting here, I'm like, what the fuck are those? Are those watermelons?
I didn't even know what they were at first too. I was like, what the fuck are they? And then he shined a flashlight. I was like, holy shit, it's watermelons.
I'm over here thinking, I'm like, are those supposed to be skulls? Or they not?
Yeah, they look like skulls.
That's what I thought.
Because it's like the guy's taking out Christmas decorations. I'm like, do they just say fuck taking down decorations?
Like,
They're just gonna leave it.
Basically, looks like the opening of Terminator 2, but with more vegetation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Wow, dude, we really do all think the same.
But anyway,
scary.
so Chucky.
Hello there. We
don't
are
touch
one.
Me.
Zach, enough.
Don't touch me.
Enough, Zach, enough. Go on.
So Chucky takes the guy's face, wraps it, or nails it. He nails it to a watermelon and leaves it on Andy's dresser to find when he wakes up for school the next morning.
I got you a gift! We go, holy shit.
So then Andy calls his 2 friends over to help him get rid of it. So they wrap it in gift wrap, and they plan on throwing it down the garbage chute, but things don't quite go to plan.
Again, why would you throw it down the garbage chute?
Because they're kids and they're stupid.
And this is a situational comedy, sir.
I don't know. I kind of liked that. It had like a Goonies-ish feel.
It did. And
I'm just sitting here, just like, that's not how you would get away with that, you fucking morons!
They're kids. They don't have any life experience yet.
I was a kid and I'd seen enough movies to know that's stupid.
Well, apparently these kids don't watch movies.
They were watching. Well, I guess that was Andy's first time watching a horror movie.
And also,
by the looks of it.
And also, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is not a good movie to talk about getting rid of evidence.
No.
There was no attempt to get rid of anything in Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Alright, so we're going to put this face on this little hook right here, and we're just going to make it a little nice decorative piece? Yes.
Oh my god, this is
we're just going to rip this guy's
Go ahead,
chest
Brett.
off.
Go ahead,
No,
Brett.
I really liked it. There are some things that could have been done better. There's somebody who I could have sworn died at the end, and then they come back even closer to the end.
I knew he was going to come back. I had a feeling there was going to be Ex Machina.
That was way too much of a cop out. It's like, nah, you were dead.
I see what you did there.
He kind of died, or like pretend died anticlimactically.
No, he was literally, other than the kids, he was the only
bladed in the throat.
He was the only decent male figure in the entire movie.
The rest of them were dude. Like, you know what?
The rest of them are legitimately despicable human beings. Every way.
I was sitting like in the movie, and all I could, and I almost turned over to you, and I was sitting right next to Brandon, and I almost turned to him and said, "It's almost like the movie is begging for these guys to be killed, for us to want Chucky to murder these people. They're terrible people." Like the first two, and then obviously, and then I'm so glad that somebody that isn't a terrible person did get murdered. So you actually have some stakes, and bad shit did happen. The one thing I want to, well, two things I want to say is one, I did love the lighting. I thought they did really cool stuff with lighting. They set the mood for it. They used a lot of colors, a lot of different shadows in certain areas. I really enjoyed the the atmosphere that created.
The hue of red was masterfully.
It was like, and if it was done just maybe a little bit more would have been overkill. Mm-hmm. But I think they used it just enough to set a really interesting tone for the whole movie. And also, too, the second thing is I love the cynicism of all of it. It's very satire. It's very sarcastic in its tone about us overusing technology, especially the whole thing about, like, whatever the name of the company is. All the toys are, he's like, it's a great company, and then Vietnam, all made in Vietnam, and then it goes into the store, and when Aubrey Plaza plays his mom, dealing with all the bullshit, and all the promotions that are coming out, and how all the
returns and exchanges,
oh my god, and then all of how all the technology connects to each other,
and how that can retail workers are going to love this movie just for that reason.
Yeah, which I mean, those two return and exchange scenes, it's like I have never returned or exchanged anything with that attitude before. Whenever I've needed to return something, I'm just like, hey, this doesn't work, can I exchange it? Or
it's apparently a very common thing from what I hear from a
really? Dude, I've worked in retail, dude. Especially retail sales. Oh my god, people are the biggest pricks when it comes to returning anything. This is, the whole thing. I laughed really hard when she was talking to that guy, and he says, "This fucking thing's a ginger and everything else." I was like, he's just like, there's a picture and it's open plastic, you can see inside there. Whatever, they took it. I'm like, yeah, real people like that come into stores and bitch about that because they're retarded.
Mark, you can't say those words.
I just did.
All right, congratulations.
But actually, it's interesting. It's I love it how they got into a little bit more of the sci-fi stuff about how too much automation can end up being a really fucking bad thing.
No shit, we learned that in Watch Dogs.
That and don't ride in autonomous cars.
Yeah,
that's no.
Which,
no, that's a rule. We're never gonna get there, people. Don't try it.
That was a little bit of a stretch for me, but I believed it for the world of the movie itself. Like this movie's world is not our world.
Clearly.
Oh no, it's you know what
but I totally bought into the world that it did create.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But yeah, so let's get into probably the first major change compared to the original, and that. So in the original, Zach, how did Chucky come to be in the original?
Voodoo magic, something that's, in my opinion, a lot more interesting, and the character had much more of a personality. It was unique.
Yeah, I think it was Brad Dourif getting hunted down by the cops. He uses voodoo to put his soul into one of the Chucky dolls. I actually like both for different reasons. But so it's like I like the voodoo because it is more interesting. It is a more unique thing. It's a more out there idea, and with bigger risk comes bigger reward with ideas. But where the first one never really got me is the original tries to kind of set it up that the people are kind of suspecting that Andy's the one killing at first, but it's the most obvious mystery ever. It's like, me as an audience member, it's like, I know it's the doll. I know it's the doll. I know it's the doll.
Well, no matter what, you're always gonna, for both movies, you're gonna know it's the doll.
Yes, but you see with this one though, this new one, it's not. I know it's the doll. Because it was, automation gone bad. I wasn't saying to myself, I know it's the doll. I was asking myself, what's this thing going to do next?
I can't say I've ever had that feeling for either one. It's like I go into it's like, all right, Killer Doll movie. All right, let's see where this goes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. Different takes, different strokes for different folks.
I felt the same way actually, Brendan. I really wanted to I wanted to see this shit hit the fan.
Yeah.
I was like this motherfucker's getting creepier and more self-aware. When's the shit gonna hit the fan?
Yeah.
When of those little things gonna come into play to make him turn?
Was he really self-aware, or was he just taking all the previous commands and programming and just, as they said in the original ad, adapting to those commands and everything, and this is just the ultimate
expression
payoff on all of those commands.
I will say one of the things that I didn't like about this movie that I did like about the original, and it's something I like to stick with my horror characters. They're evil for the sake of being evil. This one, they tried to make him a more sympathetic character. I don't like that.
Right? In what way? How?
Sympathetic?
Yeah, I feel like that was something they were trying to do with this one. He's nice at first. He's completely unaware. He's doing things to make Andy happy. That's his whole purpose. He wants to make Andy happy. The other one, motherfucker was a psychopath. Like, he was just straight up evil psychopath. He wanted to do evil for the sake of being evil. This one, he's obsessed with Andy. That's it.
But it's a machine.
Yeah,
it's not an obsession. It's a command, essentially.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
but still, I could see the attempt there was to try to make Chucky a more sympathetic character, which I'm just like.
Well,
I didn't see the sympathy.
No, neither did I. I mean, like, was Kathy Bates sympathetic in Misery? She was obsessed with him, and everything else was all about him, and it became a violent obsession. I see the same thing here. I don't see her as sympathetic at all.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's. And actually, at the very, very end, it was the final culmination. He said, "Well, maybe there's something wrong with you. Let me cut you open and let's see what your insides look like." To figure it out. Which, yes, I did. Yes, I know why you're laughing. Yes, I love Scream. I'm obsessed with it. Everyone knows.
Mark, I didn't say go to a therapist.
Maybe
none of us said anything about Scream, and yet you bring it up.
I know why you're laughing.
It's a very unhealthy obsession.
Shut up. But yeah, eventually it got to the point where his obsession became so crazed that he did want to kill him.
Yeah.
Because I think the line was the line he said, maybe you're unhappy. And maybe there's nothing I could do to make you happy. Maybe I'll just have to murder you.
Yeah. I liked the actors and the characters.
I thought Mark Hamill did a great job.
I forgot it was Mark Hamill, to be honest.
There was a couple times that I was like, oh, there's Mark. But
yeah, I mean, I liked Andy. I liked Aubrey Plaza as the mom. I liked the cop.
Too. I
liked
too.
the cop's mom. I liked the kids' friends, particularly the main two friends. There were a lot of other kids that came in later on where it was just like, okay.
They were just there for the sake of being there. That was it.
Yeah.
We need to move the plot along, so we're just going to throw these kids in here for this little sequence right here.
Which is whatever. I actually like the looseness of the dialogue. Like
they felt like people.
It was comfortable what they were talking about.
Except for the mom's boyfriend. His character made more sense once we found out what was really going on with him. But for the majority of his scenes, I'm just like, they're just going out of their way to telegraph to us, this guy is asshole. He bad.
He is going to die.
Pretty much.
Not only that, you want him to die. Yeah.
It did feel pretty good watching him die.
Oh, it actually felt even better watching the fat guy die. Because he was... God, was he skeezy. Oh, my God.
Discount Jack Black?
Yeah, discount Jack Black. For
the first half of the movie, we were sitting here, because he doesn't talk at all. We're just sitting here, it's like, is that Jack Black? Shit, is he actually in this movie?
Yeah, when they first showed him, he doesn't speak, and it looks like Jack Black. And I was like, did they actually get him for a cameo? And then he appeared in a second scene, and I was like, okay, I guess they were able to get Jack Black for 2 hours instead of 1. But then he kept coming back, and I was like... Is it him? And then when he finally spoke, it's like, no, that's not him.
Yeah, no, a completely different guy.
And that would have certainly been interesting because that would have been way out of left field for Jack Black. I have never seen That would be crazy to see Jack
Has
Black.
he ever been in a horror movie?
Yes, he has.
Yes.
I know what you did last summer, part 2.
Yep.
He was in that?
I still know what you did last summer.
Yep. I still know what you did.
Of course, Mark would know.
He's just
He was also in Biodome. But that movie was scary for a different reason.
Back on topic.
And also, did the Goosebumps movies count?
That's not a horror movie. No.
They have horror elements.
No, they don't. That's goof to the highest level.
Fair enough. Okay, moving on. I actually...
Not to say he's not super entertaining in that movie, though.
I actually really enjoyed his kill. Especially what happened with him grabbing onto the pipe and Chucky controlling the temperature on the pipe.
One plus definitely for this movie is the gore.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wanted for it to go there. They really did.
The gore and the CGI is actually very on par in this movie, and it's very
And yes,
nice
Zach, it is R-rated.
The
okay, so
okay.
Hold up.
That's a story worth.
Zach, do you want to tell this story?
So
this is
all right,
from
we're
your
sitting in the
point
movie, we're sitting in the theater and everything, and all right, trailers start rolling. First thing we see, Tom Holland talking about Iron Boy 2. What the fuck is Disney doing here?
Well, that was more of a charity spot.
Either way, there was no reason for him to be there. Second trailer, Maleficent 2.
Which is a Disney movie.
Why are we getting Disney shit in my freaking R-rated horror movies?
And of course, this is the same opening night as Toy Story 4, which is a Disney movie.
Correct. We all checked our tickets. We're like, we're in the right theater.
There's no fucking way in hell I bought a ticket to Toy Story fucking 4. No. I swear to God, I will go off on that goddamn kid. No. Oh, okay. There's the R-rated trailer. Okay, we're in the right movie. A nice sigh of relief right there.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
I think we all actually said at the same time. There you go.
Yep.
And by the way, Zach and I laughed really hard after that commercial. The opening scene commercial, and then the next thing, the next scene, and everything else is said Vietnam, and we went.
The moment scene 2 comes, Vietnam, and it's just a factory. Everybody's building buddy, and me and Mark are just like, oh fucking hell.
And then
that was the funniest scene in the entire movie right there.
You know what, and part of the reason why I enjoyed it, besides the fun. I did enjoy the relationships between the characters. When it needed to be dramatic, it wasn't overly dramatic or overly sappy, because it could have slipped into some sappiness. And there were a couple times when the tension was built very, very well, especially when the two scenes that I thought were built really, really well were when after the car had been moved around and everything else. When he was talking to her through the car mic.
Yeah. Oh, and it just goes silent, because it's a pretty loud scene up until that point.
Yeah, and it's just him talking.
Just his voice, and it's so creepy.
And then the other one was when Andy, right towards the end, when Andy takes a baseball bat to the plasma screen, which I'm sure Brandon winced at.
Goddamn elitist.
I winced for a different reason, Zach.
Yeah.
Sure.
But when
4K HDR.
I've had to replace broken screens before.
Ooh, it's expensive.
Yeah,
but yeah, when he's jumping
back in our Nintendo days.
Yeah, no kidding. When he's jumping from appliance to appliance, and I actually even got into his hearing aid. When I went, oh, holy shit.
Which that was a nice little thing, giving Andy a hearing aid. I wasn't sure if they were going to use that in any creative way, or it was just a character
at the beginning
thing.
of the movie, when they're showing you all his features, it's just like, okay, so this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, and it all happened.
Yep. But yeah, it was cool how they used it so that he actually gets into Andy's head, quite literally in that way.
Yeah, no kidding.
And that's one thing that I think the movie did really well. Is we really did understand the point of view of Andy, but we also understood the point of view of his mother. We've always had those, the parents don't believe the kids' stories.
Of course.
But this one just felt more believable. It didn't feel like they were doing that plot line just to do that plot line. You do understand the viewpoints of both sides.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think there's a in the opening scene, there's a little bit of bad ADR that I kind of went, that was weird.
There was some bad ADR in a handful of places.
And I'm sure Zach caught a lot more than I did. And then there was a couple trying to remember. There was a couple moments where that kind of took me out of it, but for the most part, I thought it was a really, really enjoyable movie. Audrey surprised me actually.
What has she been in before this?
She was like she's a bunch of comedies. She's in
Parks and Rec is probably her biggest role.
She was in a bunch of comedy oriented movies, and she was like the weird. She has that weird. She's a very weird. Yes,
she can do drama. Like she's been in Legion for FX.
I haven't watched Legion, so
it's a good show. I've only seen the first season. It's a good show, but I feel like I've run a marathon after each episode.
Well, I mean, as we saw in the theater today, season 3 is its final season because Disney.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Is it though?
But no, it's she did a really good job in this.
I thought the kid who played Andy was great.
The kid was great.
I don't really think there were any bad actors in this movie.
No, I don't think there was a single bad performance.
And
I liked the cop who you'll probably recognize from Atlanta if you watch Atlanta.
He's extremely likable and it's just a likable guy.
Yeah.
A really overall likable guy, and honestly, man, the best performance, hands down, is Mark Hamill, in my opinion, in this. The voice acting that he did in this, I thought was fantastic.
And like I said, I forgot it was even him.
That's the best compliment you can give. That he didn't even think it was him. And actually, there was a group of people that were behind us that when the trailer came up, they went, "Holy shit, was that Mark Hamill?" And I went, "Yeah." Obviously, you guys haven't watched the animated series for Batman, because
those goddamn kids.
Which, listening to people in the theater when it was over, it didn't sound like people really liked it.
No, I think I actually heard one guy said, "Well, that sucked." I'm like, really?
It didn't suck.
I want to know why they think it sucked. I think it's stupid just because, again, concept. No.
You hate it just because the first victim was a cat.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stab Brandon.
Oh, take a shot. Take a shot, everybody.
Let him take a shot first.
Zach.
He's drinking his water.
Zach, put the cap on. Zach, put the knife away.
As soon as he puts it down, I will put it away inside his stomach.
No, put the multi-tool down.
You know he cut himself with this?
I know, and I have no idea how.
That did not happen.
Oh.
Took his thumb.
No.
Anyway. Yeah, Zach, I mean, I get the whole point about dolls overpowering another person, but again, I only saw that in one instance, where the guy gets dragged down the aisle. But that's the only instance where I saw a situation where
there's still a few points where Chucky's on top of people, and it's just like, fucking smack him off.
I mean,
you're sitting there for like a good 10 seconds and nothing's happening. You're just screaming at each other. Just fucking.
Yeah, I didn't catch that at all. I mean, I was looking for it too. I was like, you know what? There's some situations where I'm sure they can be like, I go, really, you couldn't have fought them off or anything like that.
And that's almost nearly every slasher movie.
Correct.
Has that in some form or another.
Correct.
And if anything, probably my biggest gripe is the big finale at the department store was a little
lackluster.
Not necessarily lackluster, but it was like a lot of the shots were very close and very quick. So it
seemed to be over too quickly.
Yeah, it was a little overstuffed without being overstuffed, if that makes sense.
I would have personally liked to have seen. There was
I just wish they kind of pulled the camera back a little more,
correct.
Lingered on some shots a bit more,
kill more people,
just to get a better sense of. Even though it's a very chaotic scene that's happening, there were moments where I did have trouble keeping track of what was going on, and it was also pretty dark with red lighting too.
Correct.
So there were moments where it's like something would happen to someone, and it'd be so quick, so dark, so close, and I'd just be like, "Wait, was that somebody I know, or just one of the bystanders?"
You know, that did happen a couple times. I love how it kicked off though.
Yeah, the kickoff was great.
I have one question. How the fuck did he get inside that head without him knowing? That's the real. It's just like. Really? Just he's already.
I thought he just stabbed him through the back.
No, he was inside the head.
Huh. No, when he there's actually a part of your neck that is. I put those on before. Okay. There is a portion of your neck that is exposed.
It looked like he was inside that. That thing was covered around his whole like.
Yeah, so you can't get somebody in the side of the neck and everything else, and then he gets taken out again.
Yeah,
again.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
he gets medical assistance, but
and like, whoop. Then he's
somebody got stabbed in the throat. You're living. You're doing pretty well for yourself. Nope, now he's dead.
Oh my god! And when Audrey was talking to him earlier in the movie, it was fucking hilarious. It's like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna take this. Like, remember that one time when you were in the back and you fucked Stacy in the stocking room?
How's your wife?
There's a lot of men cheating on their wives in this movie. For some reason.
You know what?
There's just a lot of men being bad people.
Except Mike. Except Mike. Mike's the only nice guy in the whole fucking movie. The only guy that's nice.
The only guy over 18
that
is a decent human being.
Correct. And then actually his one Andy's girlfriend and everything else was kind of a badass. Towards the I'm with her. It's like, me too. I agree with you though. Your complaint though about the end, it was very jump cutty. Except the scene where the heavyset kid is trying to come down the aisles and see everything. I wish that was longer. Like I wish there was more of those tracking shots and everything else of people going from aisle to aisle. I actually probably would have enjoyed it even more had there been more of a tracking shot situation where they're looking for Andy.
You know what it needed?
What was that?
You know what that scene needed? So you know that overhead shot in 30 Days of Night? They needed a shot like that going through the department store where you see all
that would have been nice.
That would have been really cool.
People getting slaughtered.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
That's what that scene needed.
Agreed.
Again, overall, that scene needed more blood, guts, gore, and dead civilians.
You say that about everything.
Yeah, that's true.
You say that about The Princess Bride, Zach.
Which one is The Princess Bride?
That
one fucking movie with that one guy.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know what movie really needed more blood, guts, and gore? Exactly.
Forrest Gump. Which I'm only bringing that up because we were talking about it earlier.
Jenny, why don't you love me? Okay, Jenny, you go and do more cocaine. I'll stay here and take care of the AIDS.
The only thing these are more split on than Child's Play is Forrest Gump.
Oh my god.
He's the only person I've ever met that doesn't like that movie.
It's not that I don't like it. I just think it's fucking overrated. That's all. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the movie.
I feel like the only reason you say that is because it beat Pulp Fiction.
That's part of it.
All right, everyone. So thank you for listening to our review of Forrest Gump.
Final wrap-up thoughts on it and everything else, Brandon?
I really liked it. This has been a pretty solid year for horror. I can't say it is a flawless year for horror. There's another review we're going to record after this one where we'll
maybe
go into that. But yeah, I really liked it. I was into it. Like, I was not expecting this to be better than average, but it pulled me in and I stayed in it the whole time.
Zach?
Go watch the original.
Fair enough. And then obviously I think it was a blast. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was worth the ticket price. And actually the funny thing is I was on the way home, I was like, you know what? The more I think about it, the more I like it. And I know Zach, the more he thinks about it, the more he's going to dislike it. So I really enjoyed it. And actually, I'm going to retract what I said at the theater and everything else. I would see this again. I'll probably buy it on some type of DVD or I'll watch it again. I'll probably watch it with Sarah.
I'd watch it again.
It's definitely. I
don't know if I'd go to theater again for it.
No,
like I did with us.
Yeah.
But I would watch it again.
Yeah, I would definitely go and see it again on any kind of Blu-ray or DVD. Probably watch it here. So, but yeah. So hey, please like and subscribe to all of our wonderful channels here on YouTube, Spotify, Anchor. Give us a like on Facebook and also Insta of Graham. We appreciate everyone that is listening, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.